The Electoral Commission says young people are a growing and an active demographic in Papua New Guinea that has to be part of the election process. Backing that, enrollment teams are visiting secondary schools to register students eligible to vote. Gregory Avira reports.
The country is 4 months away from the issuing of writs, which will mark the start of the national general election process. Elections are an important aspect of any democratic nation. It is a time when each and every citizen has the opportunity to have a direct influence on the country's leadership for the future. The Electoral Commission is working towards having a more inclusive national general election for next year. This time it is doing something new. The Commission on Tuesday launched its first ever school voter registration exercise. The exercise was conducted throughout this week in secondary schools in the National Capital District. Gero Secondary was one of these schools, which saw a good number of students registering as provisional voters. For many of these students, next year will be the first time to cast their votes in an election. Youths make up 40% of the country's total population. It is through such an exercise that the Electoral Commission hopes to include this large group for next year's general elections. The school voter registration exercise is part of the Commission's efforts to have all eligible voters registered in preparation for next year's election. Deputy Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai says past elections have been conducted but with minimal involvement of most of the eligible youth population.
In preparation, the PNG Electoral Commission is now updating the electoral roll nationwide in the next 3 months to register new enrollments, including youth students who are 18 years and above, as well as those voters whose names were not registered on the roll for the 2017 or 2012 elections. I must point out here that students are among the voting population in PNG who has been mere spectators of elections in for a very long time, since the first elections in 1977.
The student registration exercise is the first of its kind to be conducted by the Electoral Commission. And it is an approach which can benefit both the Commission and the eligible student population.
I think it is good for the Electoral Commission. What they are doing is really good because it's helping the youths to enroll and get voted in for 2017.
This case, it is very, very important, and it's very genuine because most of the students do not go to office, and sometimes they have time to go to the office, but sometimes they don't have. So in this case, the Electoral Commission, they do this. We, as a student, we privileged because much of the time is spent here. We students, we spend much of our time here instead of going there. So when the Electoral Commission they come to conduct such occasion, then we are privileged to have this, and we are most honorable and salute to this.
Yes, I did register already, and I'm looking forward to vote for the next year election.
The student registration ended today. Meanwhile, registration for the general public will begin on the 14th of November and end on the 2nd of December.
Thank you for being with us. Do the same next week for more of the same. I'm John Higgins. Have a good weekend. Good night.